On our website, you can get PDF learning materials for free. Please visit englist.me.
Undressed.
Not wearing clothing, naked or partially clothed, not having any dressing or sauce added to a salad.
Examples:
Undressed salad. Undressed skin. The doctor instructed the patient to stay undressed before the physical examination.
Juxtaposition.
The act or an instance of placing two or more things close to one another, often to highlight a contrast or comparison between them.
Examples:
Artistic juxtaposition. Unusual juxtaposition. The painting's juxtaposition of bright colors and dark shadows created a striking effect.
Uptown.
In or towards the upper or more affluent part of a city or town, characterized by or associated with wealth, luxury, or sophistication.
Examples:
Walk uptown. Drive uptown. They just moved uptown to a much more excellent apartment.
Vigilant.
Keeping careful watch for possible danger or difficulties.
Examples:
Vigilant watch. Vigilant about hand washing. The guards had to remain vigilant to ensure the safety of the high security facility.
Drape.
To arrange or hang cloth or clothing loosely over something, typically in a decorative way, to cover or decorate loosely with material.
Examples:
Drape a coat. Drape a curtain. She draped a shawl over her shoulders to keep warm.
Contraption.
A machine or device that is made up of a combination of interconnected parts and often appears complicated or unusual.
Examples:
Farming contraption. Complicated contraption. The inventor created a contraption that could turn salt water into drinking water.
Overstuffed.
Filled or packed too tightly or too full, having too much padding or stuffing.
Examples:
Overstuffed sofa. Overstuffed sandwich. The overstuffed suitcase wouldn't close, so I had to remove some items.
Satchel.
A bag, often made of leather, with a strap for carrying over the shoulder or across the body, typically used to carry personal belongings, such as books or a laptop.
Examples:
Satchel bag. Brown satchel. I packed my books in my school satchel and headed to class.
Tweed.
A rough, woolen fabric often woven in a twill pattern, commonly used for making suits, jackets, and coats.
Examples:
Tweed jacket. Tweed fabric. She wore a stylish tweed coat, perfect for the chilly weather.
Kneel.
To rest on someone's knee or knees.
Examples:
kneel down and worship, kneel and protest. The players are kneeling during the national anthem.
Suture.
A stitch or series of stitches used to hold together the edges of a wound or incision so that it can heal. A line of junction between two bones, particularly in the skull of an animal or human.
Examples:
surgical suture, suture thread. The surgeon used a special suture to close the wound.
Slippery.
Difficult to hold firmly or stand on because it is wet or smooth, not to be trusted.
Examples:
a slippery customer, slippery ice. How extraordinarily slippery a liar the camera is.
Catapult.
A device used to hurl an object a long distance.
Examples:
powerful catapult, catapult mechanism. The army used a catapult to launch large rocks over the castle walls.
Stab.
To cause harm with a sharp, pointed object, such as a knife.
Examples:
stab at the enemy with a knife, stab in the chest. He was stabbed many times with scissors.
Instinctively.
As a matter of nature or intuition rather than thought or training.
Examples:
instinctively grab the knife, instinctively bad with children. Some researchers claim that even humans can instinctively sense earthquakes.
Vena.
A vein, a blood vessel that carries deoxygenated blood from the body back to the heart.
Examples:
hepatic vena, deep vena thrombosis. The coronary vena is responsible for draining deoxygenated blood from the heart muscle.
Cava.
Of medicine, one of two large veins in the body, the superior vena cava or the inferior vena cava, a type of sparkling wine made in a specific region of Spain, typically served at celebrations and special occasions.
Examples:
sinus of vena cava, cava bottle. A blood clot in the superior vena cava can cause obstruction and potentially life-threatening complications.
Hilt.
The handle of a weapon or tool, especially a sword or dagger.
Examples:
bayonet hilt, the hilt of a knife. The sword's hilt was adorned with precious jewels and metals.
Intubate.
To insert a tube into a person's body, usually into the trachea, windpipe, such as for administering anesthesia or facilitating breathing.
Examples:
intubate a patient, train to intubate. The critical condition of the patient required the doctors to intubate immediately to secure the airway.
Hallway.
An interior passage or corridor onto which rooms open.
Examples:
The head of a hallway. Wax a hallway floor. He dashed down a hallway to a bathroom.
Vault.
A large room or chamber used for storage, often for valuables such as money, documents, or artwork. Verb, to leap or jump over something, to move quickly or suddenly.
Examples:
Vault door. Vault from 5 to 50%. The government vault contains top-secret documents and classified information that only a few individuals can access.
Hysterical.
Marked by or in a state of excessive or uncontrollable emotion.
Examples:
Hysterical laughter. Get hysterical easily. The frustration that had accumulated for a long time made her hysterical.
Anesthesiologist.
A medical doctor who specializes in administering anesthesia to help control pain and monitor the vital signs of patients during procedures and surgeries.
Examples:
Specialized anesthesiologist. Clinical anesthesiologist. The experienced anesthesiologist monitored the patient's vital signs throughout the procedure.
Clamp.
To fasten or secure something tightly, often using a tool or device called a clamp, to restrict something or someone's freedom or movement. Noun, a device used to secure, fasten, or hold objects together, a mass or group of things that are held or gathered tightly together.
Examples:
Clamp down on extremism. Clamp coupling. He used a wrench to clamp down the pipes tightly.
Intestine.
A long, tube-like organ in the digestive system that is responsible for absorbing nutrients from food and eliminating waste products.
Examples:
Large intestine. Intestine wall. The small intestine is responsible for absorbing most of the nutrients from food.
Cecum.
The pouch-like structure that connects the small intestine with the large intestine in the digestive system of many vertebrates, including humans.
Examples:
Cecum inflammation. Cecum surgery. During the surgery, the doctors discovered a benign growth in the cecum region of the patient's intestine.
Anesthetic.
A substance that is administered to a person or an animal to produce a loss of sensation or consciousness so that medical or surgical procedures can be performed without causing pain.
Examples:
Anesthetic injection. Local anesthetic. The dentist administered an anesthetic to numb the patient's mouth before the procedure.
Envelope.
To surround and cover completely, to encase.
Examples:
Envelop the whole world. Envelop her in a bear hug. The fog enveloped the city, making it difficult to see.
Instep.
The arched middle part of the top of the foot, between the toes and the ankle.
Examples:
Injured instep. Swollen instep. The dancer had a beautifully arched instep, which added grace to her ballet positions.
Unmarried.
Not married, single, having not entered into the legal or socially recognized state of marriage.
Examples:
Young unmarried couple. Unmarried status. She has chosen to remain unmarried and focus on her career.
Poke.
To push or prod with a sharp object or the finger.
Examples:
Poke around the desk. Poke a fire. They poked fun at each other's jokes, laughing and teasing.
Prod.
To poke or jab at something or someone, typically with something pointed.
Examples:
Prod a person's memory. Prod his interest. He prodded the haystack with a stick to see if anything was hidden underneath.
Hematoma.
A localized swelling or mass of blood that forms outside of blood vessels, usually as a result of an injury or a ruptured blood vessel.
Examples:
Renal hematoma. Abdominal hematoma. After the accident, the X-ray revealed a significant hematoma formation in his leg.
Staple.
Important, basic, or essential to something or someone, forming an integral part of a particular diet or industry.
Examples:
Staple commodities. Staple ingredient. Rice is a staple food in many Asian countries.
Flashback.
An interruption of the chronological sequence of events in a narrative, in which an event or scene from a past time is inserted into the current narrative.
Examples:
Vivid flashback. Flashback memory. The flashback scene in the movie shows the character's past experiences.
Scar.
A mark that remains on the skin after a wound has healed.
Examples:
Burn scar. Carry a scar. Even after the wound has healed, a scar remains.
Umbilical.
Relating to a flexible cord-like structure that connects a developing fetus to the placenta in the mother's uterus during pregnancy, called umbilical cord, connected or corresponding closely to something essential, such as a source of nourishment or support.
Examples:
Umbilical blood. Umbilical hernia. The umbilical cord is a vital lifeline between a mother and her unborn baby.